Yeah, it's just an all-round pretty good little device. What's going on YouTube? Welcome to another episode of the Friday Vape Club. As always, your host Squidly back for another review for you. Today we are looking at the new release from Hellvape. Let me ask you a question. How much longer can you flog a dead horse? Well, today we are looking at the Hellvape Dead Rabbit V3, the third rendition of the Dead Rabbit. So this was sent to me again from Vapor State, that wonderful store over here in WA. Thank you very much for the support. I love you guys so much. Now you will see that this is a paid promotion. I didn't get paid for it, but they did provide me with this sample to review and I get to keep it afterwards, which is pretty handy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna dive down, take a quick look around this thing. We might even pop in a build for you, if you're lucky. And then we will jump back up top here, do the usual stuff. So stick around, watch the video. I'd really appreciate if you would smash the like button for me and subscribe to the Friday Vape Club if you haven't already. And let's get into it. All right, here we have a closer look at that Dead Rabbit V3. So I'll put a couple of specs on the screen for you right here. But essentially it is a 24mm in diameter RDA, dual coil, dual post, drop in, 2 airflow slots. That's pretty much it. I mean, let's take a closer look. So up the top here, you do have a very nice 810 drip tip, friction fit, O-ring on the inside of the top piece right here. So you can swap this out with your custom drip tips if you so desire. At the top, this section here is the AFC control. So you've got 2 different AFC, nice little bit of knurling to grab, to turn like so, shuts the airflow off, and then you have the horizontal. So the horizontal, I'll show you in a minute when I take this section out, but it is slanted, whereas the honeycomb is a straight airflow. You got the Dead Rabbit logo on the front, and then on the back you have nothing. Underneath, usual stuff. And this does come, this gold-plated 510 pin, you can get a Squonk Pin. It does come with a Squonk Pin, so you can squonk with this thing. That's what it looks like underneath. You can see it's domed. You can see the 2 airflows. Let's pop this out so you can have a better look at that. See how there's a slight slant to that airflow. The airflow does come down like that, whereas this honeycomb is pretty much straight. There's no angulation to that airflow. Yeah, just made that up, angulation. Do you like it? You can have it, it's yours. Be aware that you'll have to change the position of your coils on the deck depending on what airflow you prefer. This right here, this is the star of the show. Don't mind my coils, I just bent them while I was messing around with this. So you have a 5mm juice well, a huge juice well. Down the bottom there, you can see that little hole just above my fingernail. That is the squonk hole. So your liquid will shoot out on either side, which is great. It's gonna get soaked up immediately by the cotton. Typical Dead Rabbit ears, you've got the gold and the silver. So the gold is the positive, the silver being the negative. Got some Phillips heads for the screws. They are rounded this time instead of the square, and on the Hellvape website it says it's to get a smoother airflow around the base of these posts. Pretty straightforward really, like there's not much to this. I mean, my coils are pretty janked right now, but I had them somewhere like that. Pretty easy to install your coils. You can pre-cut if you want, or if you prefer you can drop them in. It does give you enough room and enough clearance here to snip them with any wire cutters. I might show you that. I might drop a fresh set in and just show you what it looks like. Massive wick ports as well. So it's really going to hold enough wick, and when you do wick it, you want your wicks to sort of be touching the bottom. Don't stuff the wicks down there. You want it to be resting on the bottom. Don't choke it off. Just rest them there. Have it just gently kissing a little bit of overlap on the base there. That's the Dead Rabbit V3. Let's take a look at the packaging. So here's the packaging for the Dead Rabbit V3. You got the little 3 logo, Hellvape, the Dead Rabbit there. Usual stuff on the back. Do get a little box of goodies. You get some coils and some cotton. You get the Allen key and you get a screwdriver. These Allen keys are for installing and removing the pins, the 510 pins on the base. And you do get a whole bag of O-rings and more screws and stuff like that. You also get a user manual. All right, let's do the FaceTime. Okay, so there we had a quick look around it. I've got a build in here. I've got some liquid in here. It's ready to go. I've got the honeycomb airflow open on this. The airflow is fully open, by the way. It's not locked down at all. I think I'm ready to go. Oh, she produces some cloudage and she produces some flavor as well. All right, let's talk about the pros and the cons, shall we? So, pros for this device. Couple of things. You get two different airflows. One is the horizontal slots. The other one is the honeycomb. And you have got the ability to close those down and also move the top cap if you wanted to in order to make sure that the airflow is directed solely at the center of your coil. So that's a huge pro in my opinion. Airflows seem to work really well. Just bear in mind, and it's something to consider, that when you're using the slots, they are angled down a little bit. So you'll have to adjust your position of your coils accordingly. That's why I prefer the honeycomb style. It's just a straight airflow. Make sure I see my coils in the top cap and they're positioned perfectly within that airflow, and you'll get the best flavor possible. So it is very easy to install the coils. They literally just drop and you can cut them, and they've slightly angled those rabbit ears, so it accommodates a little bit more ease with getting your wire cutters in there and clipping the ends of your lead. I generally just like to pre-cut and drop in. That's my preferred method with this device, but you know, each to their own. It does include a Squonk Pin, and you do have a massive juice well in this thing. It's 5mm, which is pretty big. So if you're an over squonker like me, you don't have to run the risk or the worry that you'll end up you know, spilling it everywhere, which is always something that I do. I don't know why, I just over squonk. It's got really good flavor, which is awesome. It's got an 810 drip tip, so you can change it out if you don't like the drip tip that is provided. Yeah, it's just an all-round pretty good little device. Let's talk about the cons. So when using this thing, there wasn't really anything that I didn't like. I could say probably the tolerances on the O-rings, they're a little bit stiff, but they'll loosen up over time, so I can't really call that a con. Yes, Not a lot to not like, really. The only dislike I would say is it's just another dead rabbit. Like we've already had 2 renditions. We've got the drop dead as well. Yeah, they just keep pumping them out. Just keep flogging that dead horse. All right, so let's talk about the price. So what is the Hellvape Dead Rabbit? Gonna set you back a little bit of Google foo around the internet. I found it on sale here in Australia for $50, which is pretty decent. That's a good price for something that's as well made as this. It's got really good flavor, really good airflow. Yeah, I think that's a bargain. And now we come to the moment you've all been waiting for, my rating system. So if you're new to the channel and you don't know, I have a rating system, and it is either the best device ever or the worst device ever. There's nothing in between, just best or worst. And this one, it does fit in the best category. Like there's nothing that I haven't not liked about it. So yeah, it's the best RDA. All right. So that's it. That's all I've got for you guys today. I really hope you enjoy it. Like always, please like, please share, please subscribe. And remember YouTube, keep it cloudy.